everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday morning. What's going on? I'm seeing, I'm looking at all the chat rooms, as you know, on our little Friday morning coffee-soaked Q&As. I'm nice and sore from yesterday's workout, which is not the greatest indicator of something you did well, but still, it's just I shook some rust off yesterday, finally. And I'm just watching the chat. Good to see. Oh, Lord, there's Santino. What's going on, King? Over there on Instagram. Good morning from Tennessee. I'm getting from Instagram as well. Over on YouTube. Let's see. Run through it. John Michael Karma. Zoso Dude says, good morn, Franklies. Jorico. We got so many members now in YouTube. I'm so happy about that. It's great. It's great because that means people are experiencing all of the members only stuff, all the stuff I create just for the monthly sponsors. Once people see it, they're believers. Let's see here. Olaf, how are you? Wichita Buzz, Bryleen, Lady J. Good morning to you. 5:30 in the morning, says Mojo Psalms. Where is that? Are you in Hawaii or something like that? 5:30. It's 5 hours from. That has to be Hawaii or the tail end of one of those Alaska time zones. Andrea Dalton, David G. Incompetent Hands. The legend, the Incompetent Hands legend. One of the few, probably the only, frankly, I'll keep bringing it up. One of the only, frankly, that got through in the super chats when I was making my one and only appearance on Timcast in 2022. And what did Incompetent Hands do? He made a comment about being bald. Just stirring the pot a little bit. Oh, man. Okay. I have waited. I have not taken the sip yet because I waited for you guys. I said, wait for me, I'll wait for you. So if you have delayed gratification, let us do it together. We got the Quite Frankly Elevation Blend, the light roast coffee, of course, with the incredible Keto Brainz. I can just, here we go. Oh, good morning. Good morning, sweetness. Oh, yes. Oh, darling, yeah. Wow. Oh, man. I got the blend great today. I said I'm putting in a little extra Keto Brainz in. It was a heaping spoonful and then a little bit more. And it's good because you know what I'm going to be doing today? Bryleen says I'm on my second pot of coffee. Cheers. Well, if you're drinking tea out there, whatever it is, if you're having a mineral water, that's fine. Mango juice, it's fine with me. Some of you are probably on Good Morning from Michigan, says Beth in the Instagram. Tennessee here as well. Morning all. Morning. Hello from the Bay Area. How is it living in the Bay Area on Super Bowl weekend? Is it crazy? Jarrett. I see Soul of Jarrett is in the chat room over there. You guys got to check that madman out. He is the reason why we have renewed life in the video editing department since June. Soul of Jarrett right there. Man is worth his weight in gold. Not really? Okay, the Bay Area is not that bad. Anybody escaping from Alcatraz? What's going on to the Pilled crew? Good morning. Hello, Deansy. I'm just saying my good mornings, then we're going to get into some stuff. I have my work cut out for me today, even though I'm not going to be going live tonight. No show tonight. Maybe we do a Saturday night show tomorrow, but there is tonight for all of you guys and gals who are members. and monthly sponsors, wherever the hell you sponsor monthly. 9 o'clock is our watch party. You're going to be getting the private link sent to you sometime early this afternoon. 9 o'clock, Ready Player One. We're watching it together. And we get to, afterwards talk for about 15 minutes to see how the film adaptation stacked up to that awesome book. I mean, the book is awesome. So fun. So I can't wait to watch this with you guys tonight. Can't wait for the movie. And there you have it. The other thing I'm going to be doing today is I'm creating a Quite Frankly Clips channel. Okay? So there's going to be a second channel on YouTube where all short form content is going to live. No long form content there. So there's going to be this channel with nothing gets disturbed. Everything is as usual. But there's going to be a secondary repository for shorts, classic clips, everything. So that that could be its own thing for very specialized category of content. Then I'm giving myself another little project. I am going to go into the old hogwash, the ZNY, the Zaraza, New York. Now that it's 20 years later, I'm going to go into the old Zaraza, New York YouTube account, and I'm going to spiff it up. I'm going to get rid of the whole hogwash branding and marketing. I'm bringing it back to Zaraza, New York, and I'm going to create categories of incredible archives over there that it's going to take me years. It's going to take me years to actually make this make sense, because I can't put raw unedited stuff up there from our broadcast from 2006 to 2015. I can't do it. I will ruin everybody's lives. Lives will be ruined. King won't care though. King called into a lot of those shows. He won't give a shit. But the world has changed, and I want to introduce everybody to the full body of work over the decades and what it means. So there you go. Sylvester's daughter says, "Hi Frank, just curious, how do you prepare for your shows?" I don't know. That's the question I'm asking myself these days. I know how I have been, but the way I want to, I don't know. I have to figure it out. It's got to be a little bit more efficient. I'm just too much of a perfectionist. I think about stuff too. I want to pull a lot more. There's aspects of how we used to do the show 10 years ago that I want to bring back. There are things that we've been doing for a while I want to just let go of. That's why we've been doing the grab bag. That was a vestige of the years back at the first studio on Ustream and all that stuff. And I finally got rid of it. Said, okay, let's just jump right into it, and not muddy the waters a little too much until we get to the second half. That's when all the waters get muddied. And the flip side is a lot like the old grab bag as well. But that's a night worth of conversations. How I write the show. I got to find a way of doing it more efficiently so that my soul is not sucked out of me by 2:30. And then all of the, like right now, I want to go outside and I want to do 100 pull-ups and work out and stretch and all that stuff. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm just like, let's knock the show out so that somewhere in the afternoon you can get yourself your workout and then eat, get to the studio, and set up for the 7 o'clock. Very hard to keep the soul intact by 2:30, 3 o'clock. No matter what supplements you're using, nicotine, doesn't matter what the hell it is. So I got a lot of questions to answer myself. Other than that, Mark, let me see here. Good to see you guys. Good to see you over there. Over on Rumble, we have a couple of people that are just hanging out, giving each other massages. Good to see you guys there as well. Okay, so here's what we have. I have a couple of things. I have a couple of things. There's King. I've called in so many times over the years the shit Frankie has on me. I mean, we all have it on you. It's just out there. But really, you know what, King? There's some very poignant moments there. Like King, with some really great things happened on air. People reconnecting with children that they haven't spoken to in a while, and members of family, and then there's other bizarre moments. Like I mean, I would love to just re-upload the 9-minute last night, our last broadcast from our bedrooms, from upstairs in this very same house. The 2 bedrooms, that were Anthony and I's bedrooms, and we would connect both rooms, and that's where our studio was. And we did our show, Zaraza, New York, from 2006 to 2009 until April 2009, when we got ourselves into the first studio. And that last show in the bedroom, maybe it was July. I forget when it was. I think it was July. We started work in April. That last show in the bedroom was crazy. Because you remember what happened in that bedroom stream, King? Well, we had people from all over calling in. It was great. King called in. Our parents called in. My mom's like, I'm going to miss you guys, up here. Because like you can't imagine, my mother at home downstairs. And then we're upstairs for a few years. Sometimes we wouldn't start our broadcast until about 11 o'clock at night. Then it's, 9 o'clock at night, 9 to 11. And the things that we would do upstairs, the screaming, it was a really interesting time. That was the night that this girl who was catfishing us for a couple of years, she told us that she had cancer. It was a crazy, crazy time because she wasn't taking any money from us. It wasn't a financial scheme. It was just for the lulls. But at the same time, I guess I feel like she probably wanted to just kind of like punk us, but then she started to like us, and she had no real way out. We could talk about that, the Chrissy saga, one day. We want to talk about going back on 20 years of stories of broadcasting on the internet, and the early lessons of how much you can trust people on the internet. That was the night in 2009, our last broadcast in the bedroom, that Chrissy woke up from her coma and called us. And, I guess we just didn't understand what people were willing to do for any number of reasons, that we actually believed it. Like, wow, she sounds pretty good for somebody who's just, in a coma for God knows how many weeks. And then how that thing blew over was nuts. How that thing opened up was nuts because Chrissy killed herself off. She killed off her character that she'd been building up on the show for a long time. And we can tell she wanted to get caught. And I have to find the episode. Oh man, listen, that wasn't the first time. I wish it was the first and only time somebody lied to us about having cancer and all that stuff. I wish. The first time somebody lied to me about having cancer was this chick in college. It was on my high. It was like a senior pub crawl kind of a thing. It was like graduation week, and she thought that this would be a way to get me to go back to her dorm. Like, what? But she's like told me like this diagnosis, and she's like, just come back to my dorm with me. Like, what? You're telling me you're dying? What? Wait, no, what? Forget about that. Just come back with me. Like, no. What? Like, yes. Tell me you have cancer. I've never been hotter. No, make the diagnosis worse. Yeah, no, do it again. Tell me you have some rare exotic cancer, like cancer of the toes. Oh, yes, toenail cancer. Let's get back to the dorm now. I'm so horny I can see gravity. I'm telling you, it's nuts. And then she in particular, she was, I swear, my first job outside of college was at a radio station. I go there and to start learning the ropes of how to become an advertising salesman. That never worked out. And who's there? Who's already on the sales staff? She is. Looking healthy. So probably some miracle, of course, because those do happen from time to time. Can't. Oh, yeah. Tell me you have cancer. Oh, say it again. What the hell do people think? So, yeah, that's what I have for you. I mean, there's so much over 20 years. I got to bring it up on the show with Anthony and Mike. Everybody just pray that there is no snow in the Northeast on February 21st. Because if we don't have that up here, then I'll be able to get Anthony and Mike in the studio with me for a proper Zedalza, New York reunion. And damn, oh, there's so much. I hope everybody liked the abridged version of this. Telling these stories sounds fascinating, says Linda. Yeah, well, we lived through it, and that's why I'm saying this is the project I'm giving myself. I want to create the Quite Frankly standalone channel, and then I want to get back into the Hogwash channel. Let me show you guys just what it is right now, and then we'll do some other things. I want to talk to you about this Samantha Guthrie thing, because I don't know how this is going to. Doesn't look like it's going to end very nicely with the timelines that the family's giving about the mother's health issues and stuff like that. Hogwash. Where is it? Zedalza, New York. Let me see if I can find it. The first thing I see is Mike. Hold on. This is the first thing I see. Wait. Man, this is old. What's this from? This was uploaded 17 years ago. It has a whopping 400 views. But this is some outrageous time capsule stuff that maybe it has new life for people who like bizarre things. Mike was just playing around with new webcam face distorting technology, which of course is, I don't know.
Me. Hi. I really like it here. People are nice. I'll see you soon. Bye. I forgot to tell you. I kill people. That's something good to tell people up front. Hey, I forgot to tell you, I kill people. In other words, I'm a murderer. I murder people from time to time. Me and Anthony having our fight. There's so many fights. A Zedalza pre-show jam. What are these? Zedalza graduates from the bedroom. There it is right there. 9 minutes. So I guess I already have that up there. 1991 hip hop conspiracy. We got a lot in there. Zedalza, New York at the Canal Room. Karaoke night. That's when we got to broadcast live from the Canal Room down in New York. Our buddy Sam owned the Canal Room. We were there for the 1980s nights, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. This was our big hit right here. This is our big hit. 10,000 views from 17 years ago. 10,000 views. It was our fake news report about Jonathan Taylor Thomas dying.
Let me see here. Jonathan Taylor Thomas dead at age 24.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
See, I'm in my room.
the picture-in-picture. This is all brand new technology. It still looks like shit. I'm in my room at the top left, and Anthony and Mike are in Anthony's room.
Bullshit. Send the link right now.
I'm gonna read it to you right now.
Okay, Frank, send it.
All right, let's see if Frank can actually.
No,
let's see how
look.
much of his journalism skills are good.
No, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the 24-year-old actor from the well-known TV hit in the 90s, Home Improvement, was pronounced dead in Los Angeles hospital today. He first contracted a violent case of raging melanoma.
Yeah, violent.
A violent case.
Oh my God, it's so violent. Get it on.
Zinal's in New York.
Can you imagine that? I was trying to improvise something that sounded legitimate, and then I ended up saying a violent case of raging melanoma. Can you imagine that? I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas. The biopsy came back, and you have raging melanoma. I mean, this is going to get bad quick. Anyway, so there's so many things I feel like I have to do it. I feel like I have to do that. And you know, that's just, I just want to throw that out there. So I'll blast. There's so much more about me that you don't know. And it's just because I have to, but I got the archives to show you. Anywho, that's all I got. All right. So here we go. Here you go. I have a little something over here. Let's just get to this. And then more. By the way, again, just for those of you showing up, just got to thank Keto Brainz. This all started off as Friday coffee meetings, and now it's a little bit more produced. And I just love it in here. I love it in Studio B, especially when it's climate controlled. The only climate control going on right now that it is winter. You know, around May is when I cannot breathe in here. And that's just it. So I got to figure something out because I want to keep these going for a while. And but thank you so much to Keto Brainz. The mornings are not the same without Keto Brainz. Coffee, if you are a coffee drinker, that's already the world's #1 nootropic. You add some Keto Brainz to it, no dairy, no sugar. It makes it creamy and just invigorating to the mind and to the focus. If you want to try some, email me, frank@quitefrankly.tv. I'm going to buy you some samples. You got to try it. And the promo code for February is February. Get 15% off. And I'll tell you, again, all the prizes that you're going to be in the running to win if you go and you purchase some, because Molly just gave me a list of things that she's giving away now. She's nuts, but the kind of nuts that is acceptably nuts, not, you know, senior pub crawl. Please spend the night with me. I'm dying. Nuts. All right, Nancy Guthrie, ransom note, passes the first 5 p.m. deadline as sheriff shares terrifying new doorbell camera details and says nobody has been ruled out. So Savannah Guthrie's mother, if you didn't know, they say it has been kidnapped. Everybody's got their theories one way or another. It's a very disturbing situation. This is from yesterday. A chilling ransom note demanding millions of dollars for the release of Nancy Guthrie set a deadline of 5 p.m. Thursday, the FBI revealed, which is now passed. Officials told reporters at a press conference in Tucson, Arizona on Thursday that the ransom letter has not been verified as legitimate, but it has been taken very seriously as an investigative lead. The investigators said the ransom did not include proof of life or a way for Guthrie family to make contact. However, it did set a secondary deadline of Monday for them to meet demands of millions in Bitcoin for the 84-year-old's return. You know what? By Monday, Bitcoin might be $6,000 again. May not want it anymore. Pima
County Sheriff Chris Nanos said a sweep of Guthrie's home also found that a doorbell camera disconnected in the dead of night around the time she disappeared in the early hours of Sunday. Disconnected. Sheriff Nanos told reporters the camera disconnected at 1:47 a.m., but at 2:12 a.m., a person was detected by the camera's sensors. At 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker app device tracking her heartbeat cut off from her phone's Bluetooth. That is disgustingly scary. He said no suspects or persons of interest have been identified in the ongoing investigation, but added that he had not ruled anyone out as a potential abductor. So, I mean, it's crazy because there's blood that was found. Our department, the sheriff's department, along with our partners at the FBI, have been working around the clock. We want her home and want to get to the bottom of this like you do. He said, although there's no suspects have been identified, the FBI made an arrest early Thursday saying an imposter was charged for allegedly sending a fake ransom note. It comes as images from outside Nancy's home showed a trail of blood leading from her door entry to her driveway, with a doorbell camera also removed. So the camera's removed. Thursday's press conference, the officials said that the DNA analysis showed that the blood belonged to Nancy. A trail of blood. And it did belong. This is coming from them. No other forensic evidence has pointed toward a suspect. I mean, you want to talk about true crime. That's just, it's crazy. So there's been nothing more that they've shared. Nothing more that they have shared thus far. Of course, some people are like, what the hell's going on? Is it legitimate? Who's involved? With I don't know. And then of course, there is this. You want to talk about predictive programming or scripting and all that stuff. I'm not saying anything. Just even the thought of having a parent or someone you love swept up like this or disappearing, and but the plea that Savannah Guthrie put out there, some people caught, was very similar to the plea of what's her name's mother from Silence of the Lambs. And here's the side by side of that. You let me know what you think about this.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
So it was that line caught some people. I said, hey, that is a pretty good catch. I believe that Catherine in Silence of the Lambs, was her family elected officials, like a senator or something like that. Anyway, there's that. I don't know what you guys and gals think about that. You can call in if you want. 914-200-0269. The open line is open again. And I want to hear from you because there's really nothing else to share on this at the moment. But the scarier thing is that, you know, the more nerve-wracking thing is that apparently the mother, Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, has heart conditions, as you know, the pacemaker, but that she's in need of constant care and very regimented medication to manage her condition. And that if she's not getting that care wherever she is and whoever she's with, then that could mean disaster, obviously. So there's an extra layer of urgency to all this stuff, and just because of the celebrity nature of the whole thing, you're talking about a well-known newswoman. You know, this was a couple of years ago. I remember Savannah Guthrie was the one that was sitting down and kind of laughing at Donald Trump when she brought up Q.
in a face-to-face. She was the one that actually kind of like laughed her way through questions about satanic pedophilic vampirism being a real driving force in the world, at least a driving force within circles of those who have the most influence in the world, which, today, I mean, as in this week, it's a lot harder for people to laugh at that, smirk their way through it. But there's that. So hold on. We got a super chat here from Clay. Clay 409 says, I started following you because you were one of the few who addressed QAnon. Don't say that. You'll get people pissed off. There's Q, and then there's Anons, and they're not together, and it's not the same thing. I get it. It's a colloquial term. Everybody chill. I think the Epstein files verify a lot of those posts. We are so close to seeing the evil in charge of the world. Thank you for having Jason Burmis on yesterday. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you say we're so close, how much closer you need to get? How much closer do people need to get? It's just, I don't know. I was thinking about that whole thing there too, about where it goes, and that's that. I think it's going to be interesting to see where the next couple of weeks heads. I mean, it'll be disturbing. Maybe there's a little bit more here. Remember, there's a lot of people out there who said things like, Pizzagate and all that stuff. There's quite a few, maybe a handful of reporters who came out and were just like dedicating themselves to destroying people on reporting on that. They ended up getting swept up for being abusive to children in all the ways that they said was not institutional, not existing on an institutional level, which of course it is, industrial level abuse. But again, the one thing I would say here is this. Vindication is different and vindication and confirmation is different than disclosure. And then even more so, different and separate from whatever kind of hopes and expectations we may have and we may manage along the way for restitution and justice and all that other stuff. You say, I don't want that consolation prize. I've known about, I've felt this way about the world before even I had conversation, and now I have the confirmation, and now that I have confirmation, it doesn't feel so good to be constantly reminded that there is no restitution or justice that seems to be coming. Well, I understand that, but at the same time, this is one of those things where ignorance is not bliss. So at least get that. Keep that close. Ignorance is not bliss. And now you go into the world with, armed with a new layer of understanding of how you're traveling and what programs you put your children into, the way that you raise your children to discern about, propaganda and messaging and grooming and all that other stuff. I mean, the reason why this has become such a problem and why MK Ultra in particular has become a cultural linchpin is because we trusted education. We trusted the school systems. We trusted our late night talk show hosts for a long time, and perhaps at one point, when we had the Johnny Carsons that were doing their thing, it was a lot more of a wholesome thing, wholesome fun and interesting programming. But the programming has changed big time, and I think knowing that stuff, knowing how they see the world and how they utilize the media, that's huge. That's huge in creating cultural shift toward people who reject that stuff on the face of it, who will not accept that stuff on the face of it. And more and more, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, as that starts getting flushed through the culture, And the older, more hopeless people who can't ever see anything beyond what is given to them by the Savannah Guthries every night, as they are flushed out and the new generations come in who have no time for that bullshit, among them will be those who will actually want to go and clean things up in more hard-nosed, meaningful ways, you know? So those are the things that you can hold on to. And I think that with the whole Q thing, that's what I've always said. Whatever was generating or writing those drops, they had a pretty good understanding of the news cycle, what was going on, how to analyze the truth behind it, especially with the Russia hoax and how the FBI was operating and the spying and all that stuff. And even going backwards in time to filling in the coordination between people like Jeffrey Epstein and the Rothschilds and manipulation of currencies and all that other stuff. It was a good. I was down with all that stuff. I was down with it. I'm glad if people are being brought on a little bit of an internet scavenger hunt toward red pill land, go for it. But that's the whole thing. Management of expectation is a big thing, because if you don't manage expectations very well, then you will go from red pill to doomer, black pill, useless, float, dead man's float in your pool. Before you know it, you have to stay buoyant. Okay. There's going to be a lot of things that upset you along the way, especially on that path of learning. It's going to upset you, and it's going to just take you out at the knees sometimes. Stay away from anybody promising anything that's going to happen 2 weeks from now, a month from now, 2 years from now, whatever the hell it is. Manage your expectations and take the wins and losses and stay buoyant. Stay happy in some way. That's what I say. Here's a little bit more. I got just some random stuff for you now. Here's a few things on Interestingpedia. This is let me see. There's some terms here, some emotions that you've felt before, but you could not explain them. I got it right here. I got it on Instagram. But before we go to there, I want to just sweep through the chat room again, because that's what we're doing on a Friday morning. Over on Instagram, we see, let's go. D.H. Carneal says, yay. Well, yay to you. It's good to have you out there. Let's see. SS Critters says, back in 2003, my grandfather was taken at 81 years old in Mexico. It's so painful to think about. Taken? You talking about like kidnapped and never returned? Or was he recovered? Jeez, that's nuts. That's nuts. Over on YouTube, let's see here. A lot of people won't be able to handle it. The reality will be shattered. Use your discernment on all things, says Wichita Buzz. Pete Buttigieg's gerbil. Buttigieg's. Pete Buttigieg's. What a horrible name. Not you in the chat room, gerbil. I'm talking about the actual name. Well said. Did you know that the American Bigfoot is often confused with the Canadian Sasquatch? Yeti never complains. Thank you, Ricky. And Rasul, stay buoyantly bobbing through this sea life. Yes. Kind of like driftwood. Industrial level is correct, Frank. It is sadly an industry, says Bill Cooper over on Pilled. Red pill versus black pill. The truth comes with the burden of knowing it. Many do not realize this. I didn't, says Tim Brown, 5280 over on Rumble. Yeah. Well, let's get into some emotions, shall we? I thought that this was interesting. First of all, let me get, where the hell is it? Boom. Space Lounge Muzak. All right. What do you know about these, guys? What do you know about these? Some emotions that you felt before, but you couldn't explain them. All right, the hanker sore. Finding someone so attractive that it actually hurts or pisses you off. There's nothing more angering than a good-looking person. Every day I walk around pissed off. Like, I hate good-looking people. Hate them. I have a hanker sore and I can't stand you. Nocien. The moment of awareness that someone you've known for a long time has a secret, mysterious inner life that you will never know about or be able to prove. Yeah, it's almost like peeking in on Mike Baldwin making his meatloaf. You know, just being able to be a fly in the wall and see somebody with some weird end of the day routine as they just shuffle through their kitchen. Like me, last night I realized I have a nightly tradition. I didn't even know it. Well, it's not even a nightly tradition. Every once in a while, about an hour, if I know that I'll be in bed within like 45 minutes or something like that, and I just need to kind of like bring myself down a little bit more and chill out. Like perhaps I just played a video game and I ruined my headspace. I just destroyed my headspace. You know, just poisoned myself before bed. I will say, you know what? I'm going to have some holy basil. Yeah, you know, pop a holy basil and just, it's a good stress relief kind of a thing. Gets you ready for bed. That, and of course the Verso, I got to start taking that a little bit more consistently before, you know, I should get in touch with Verso. Because the evening being, oh man, I remember the evening being and the morning being products being such huge revelations to me as we started using them last year when we brought them on for the Jamboree. I got to do that. They got like just a perfect amount of magnesium and all these other things in there. I got to bring it up. Anyway, I realized last night as I popped the holy basil, every time I do it, I sing out loud in some way under my breath sometimes, like a holy basil. I kind of bring Ronnie James Dio into the room, and instead of holy diver, it's holy basil. I always, whenever I touch the holy basil bottle, I sing holy basil as if it was a Dio song. I don't go beyond that. I just go holy basil. And I don't even have fun doing it. It's just reflex. So those are the types of things that you would see me do if you were able to peek in on me creepily at some point during the night, or if any of you remote viewers had any interest. Lauren just texted me. She said, "I hope I hear you do that." The holy basil? Yeah, well, I mean, you're usually sleeping 3 hours already by that time. I get out of the shower. It's about 12:30 in the morning. I'm listening to one thing or another, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Holy basil. And I can't stop it. All right, here's another one. Chrysalism. It's a feeling of peaceful coziness and safety experienced while indoors during a thunderstorm or harsh weather. Oh, give it to me, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially a thunderstorm, because when it's a snowstorm, I can't completely relax like the women in the house are able to relax, because I'm just thinking about my timeline in cleaning everything up outside. And the snowblower, and I can relax after that's all done. But a thunderstorm, oh man, I love rainy days. When I see that it's going to rain all day, I know I'm going to have a good day of work. I'm going to get everything I need to get done, and then some. So, chrysalism. Excellensis. The tendency to give up trying to talk about an experience because people are unable to relate to it. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, but I keep trying. I have a talk show. I just throw a lot of the weird stuff out there. Listen, that's the basis of the deer scene. That's the basis of the deer scene that we do every year. Although we didn't do it last year, kind of put a buffer between it to kind of recharge. And I can't wait to do it this year. We're definitely doing the deer scene in August. But if you were part of book club and film club in 2025, then we were able to talk about the deer scene directly when we read The Body and then watched Stand By Me. So there you go. This, for the average, frankly, is called a deer scene moment. Agnosthesia. The state of not knowing how you truly feel about something. You may look for hidden clues in your behavior to help you understand. Yes. I guess I do this. I do this. Because there's nothing more frustrating than not knowing how you feel about something. You almost feel like you can actually sense when there are when there's almost like programming that is being triggered in subconscious ways inside of you. Maybe an experience or something in the past that is dictating why you're like, there's a knee-jerk reaction to feeling uneasy about something. And if you can't find any logical reason to feel uneasy about a particular thing, you have to start wondering, okay, what the hell happened to me that I'm having this kind of reaction to it? And then I got to deal with that thing because perhaps that thing's a hindrance, But I don't know. There's constant work to be done. Let's see. Here's a new one. Jouska. The hypothetical conversation that you play out in your head, a crisp analysis or devastating comeback. Oh, I have destroyed so many people. In ways that they were just like, I can't. The devastation that I have laid in my head. And the crisp analysis. Yeah. The crisp analysis is usually what is going through my head as I'm leaving the studio and I realize that I completely fucked up all of my thoughts on a subject. I could have done that so much better. Oh, people must think I'm a retard. But the devastating comebacks, there's other times too that you can have something that is not so combative, or analytical. Like, I can't tell you how many times that I've, in the shower, just like given award acceptance speeches. Like, I don't know what awards I'd be accepting. And I would love to hear some of those speeches played back to me. Probably. Oof. Anyway, so, good things like just accepting an award for a good positive accomplishment. That'd be nice. What's next? Monachopsis. Fuck these made up fucking words. They're not fucking real. There's the anger. How about, what's the word for being angry at made up pseudo intellectual psychobabble bullshit words? Like, why do you need monachopsis? The subtle but persistent feeling that you are out of place. I feel that way right now. Thank you. Liberosis. The desire to care less about things. Well, that's perfectly named. Liberosis. As the average liberal cares less about anything of real importance, and I think that's where it is. I would like to care less about certain things, but all the things I feel like I need to care less about, I hold myself back because it's just like, well, don't care too little that the quality suffers. But for example, like what we're doing right now, and the flip side, the reason why the B-sides, those couple of mornings a week that we do this around 10:30, have some coffee, discuss some things, and do singular topics from time to time, talk to the general chat. The reason why that and every night after the end credits on the flip side feels so incredible to me and the flow is unmatched is because I care less. And I can't, for some reason, I cannot bring this mentality into the 7 o'clock show. I can't do it. And I know saying that I can't do it is a hindrance in itself, and that's just something I'm holding. So I have to really address this, you know? So that's where I would like a little bit of liberosis to feel the kind of freedom that I feel right now and after the end credits in the 7 o'clock show. And I think I feel that freedom a lot more when I have people in the studio and we're in panel discussions. You can't really do that too much when you are when you're monologuing and you have so many more people in the chat rooms, and the chat rooms are moving like crazy. And I like having a topic and something that we're discussing. So yeah, that goes back to that first question about how do you write the show? Oh, don't go there just yet. I'm retooling. Hey, here's a guy who's got it all figured out. This is from TLC. I guess they're still doing My Strange Addiction episodes, and this is, listen to this guy's situation here as he's eating what is it, like memory foam? Anyway, this guy Ron, he claims that he has eaten about 1.5 to 2 couches over the course of his life, cumulative. You ready?
I would say in my lifetime, I've probably eaten at least 1.5 couches to 2 couches of cushion. It's no go, no more, can't use that. So if I do
he dropped some cushion on the floor and can't use that. Well, I guess it wouldn't be healthy to eat the couch cushion that fell on the floor.
These little chunks, they're like little bite size, little snack size. I know that it's not healthy. I've already had some health problems because of it. It caused a blockage in my lower intestine to where the doctors almost had to go in and cut the part out where the sponge was blocked. A sponge gumbo. Ooh.
Talk about liberosis, huh? It can't be. It just can't be. And I would be a lot more inclined to say, nah, this guy he's a plant. They just made this character up, and there's a trick to this. No, I believe it's real. I believe it's real. I really do at this point. Let me go into the chat room, make sure I have everybody ready to go. Let's see here. Tara J. Cook says, for 12 plus years and trying to shed light doesn't make what's going on today any better. Stay anchored. Look to things above that bring joy and comfort. God bless. There you go. I like that. No word should have both CH and PH and PS in it, says Paul Wortman. I agree with you. Timmy the Kip says, I don't know how I feel about that term. Good point. One word is allowed. Chips. Chips are okay, though. It's a whoa, I'm speechless, says Joey Zilla. Let's see here. Santino says these people eat cornstarch, too. Ward Guy says, get him on the show. I would love that. I have been looking for the guys. This is why I'm telling you, in 2026, be a bigger part of the show. When I publish a show thread on strange addictions, I've done weird addictions before, and we've gotten some interesting ones out there. But I mean, I know there's some weirdos out there in the, if you are a weirdo, get in touch with me. Like, you have a weird thing that you're doing. You don't have to use your name. I'm not going to judge you to your face. Well, we all judge each other it's just, I want to dive into the human mind a little bit. What gets a person to commit to eating several couches over the course of a lifetime? Couches. You understand what they like? Think about that statement. I've eaten about 2 couches. What? So I mean, please get in touch with me. I don't want to, I can't tell you how many times I just like, I can't do it. One person, a publicist, reaches out to me. Hey, I have a client over here, wrote a book about the New World Order. And I'm like, okay, we get it. I can't talk about the New World Order anymore. I can't do it multiple times a week. I mean, this past week is, you can't avoid this past week with the Epstein drops and all the things in there. I still got to talk to Jay Dyer on Monday about specifically the Rothschilds aspect of it all. But after that, geez, I just hope that we were able to come up for some air and do some weird stuff, some human interest stuff. Please get in touch with me, especially if you're eating things like couches. Yum, Serta Gumbo. Hot sauce, anyone? Says Bizwoofer. Yeah, well. A guy ate an airplane, says Watto. My dog ate my leather couch, but he was bored. I remember when our dog ate my Aunt Candy's leather coat. She had a white leather trench coat. This was like 1993. And it was, I don't know what it was. It was Thanksgiving or something like that. And we were at my grandmother's house. She was still living at my grandmother's house. And in her room, everybody, like, we put the dog in her room so that the dog wouldn't get into, problems with all the company over. And me and Anthony, we all went up into the room too, to see the dog and hang out a little bit and all that. And that's when we realized the dog was chewing on the white leather trench coat, and it was mangling the trench coat. And we had to find a way to bring attention to it. And we told her, and man, that was the first time I ever saw a woman cry so much that her mascara started bleeding. And that disturbed me. I was like, what is that? Why is she crying black? I mean, it was weird. Unfortunately, it's not the last time I saw a woman cry to where her mascara would run, but that's the first time I saw it. And I'll always remember she's screaming. She's holding the leather coat that has been completely chewed apart by a Cocker Spaniel. And I'm just taking notes. I'm like, okay, this happens to women. I was already building my dossier, but yeah, that's that. Okay, it's 11:27. We only have a couple of seconds left, so let me put a couple things out here. Here is somebody. I think Lauren sent this to me. Here's a guy talking about how he could never be an ICE agent, and I agree with him. Why?
A lot of you, I couldn't be no ICE agent, not because I think it's immoral, because I would be abusing the hell out of my power. Do y'all not realize they're being way nicer to you people than they could be? I done seen ICE agents mace the hell out of people, and I thought to myself, why didn't you mace that bitch sooner? Do you know how many people would have been run over by now? I would be on my 17th battery for my taser. Tear gas all the time. My gun would only have rubber bullets because I'm constantly letting that bitch go. Don't y'all realize that they have more immunity than police? They are federal agents, and everything they do is being recorded. They know that. So every time they put paws on you, it is authorized. Just think about how regular police would act if y'all were doing what y'all do to them. Not ICE agent Brandon. I'll be like Franklin out this bitch. Bodies, bodies, bodies. Him. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Now I have to go back to. I have I have a couple of things here for you. First of all, there is another there's another gameplay clip from Arc Raiders that was sent to me last night that I think is hilarious. There's a Mossad Manchurian candidate meeting. Somebody gets activated. He starts screaming, "But you got to put me down! You got to put me down!" I got to find my way onto these servers. I'm going to commit to playing this game a little bit more over the weekend. And here's the quote. This Mossad Palantir chip in my head is telling me to pull out this Toro, and everyone erupts into chaos. This is gold. Here, listen to this. I love it.
Anybody want a snow globe, brother? Remind you a simpler time?
I'm gonna stand on a platform to say this.
I got something to say. Massad's Palantir chip in my brain is telling me to pull out this Toro and shoot you, brother. Put me down. Put me down.
Here's the thing. When he's screaming, "Put me down!" Like he knows he can't control himself. I love the now. I have to figure out a way to play this game where I can really. I have to create a character, and I want to give that project to myself as well. I have to create a character and give myself over to it, but I can't scream. I can't scream like everybody in this game does. It's the funniest what people scream. If I start, like for example, I played this clip on the flip side last night. I've cried several times watching this clip of this guy getting firebombed in Arc Raiders, and he's running around screaming as if he's actually on fire, but he's just at his house in a climate controlled room, and everything is fine, and it's so hilarious. I can't do this to my family at 1:00 in the morning. Listen to this. This is absolute gold.
What the fuck is that? Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
I can't. It sounds like Marv from Home Alone when the tarantula's on his face. Hold on. He's screaming like he's really burning. That's fantastic. Oh, that is fantastic. I can't. I said it last night. Whoever that guy is, I would love to be friends with him. Anybody who commits like that is just that it's exceptional sense of humor. Exceptional that you know that you're not just doing that for yourself. There's no reason. I mean, if you're playing against AI, okay, if you're home, you're playing against bots, and it's just you're just playing the campaign or something like that. You're not. If somebody lights you on fire. I mean, you're just going to go, shit, nah. He's doing that because he knows he's with other people, and it's going to make their experience better. It's going to make it memorable, and that is admirable, if you ask me. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Well, that's all I have for you. That's all I have for you. I have a lot of things to do today, even though I don't have a guest. I don't have anything to do tonight. Melanie Rodriguez says, you got to have the micro penis guy on. I still can't believe that. See, I would like to have that. I would like to have somebody on like that. I'm in nursing school and the pay is good and incentives are fabulous. I'm Latina, so I plan to use DEI to my advantage. Good for you. Why the hell not? It's not that fun with bots, says West Flow. Absolutely. No, it's not. I never play campaigns. I only ever buy games that I know has multiplayer that I can get on with my friends or other people. So there's that. That guy deserves an Oscar, says Biz Woofer. I'm just going throughout all of the chat rooms. So if you cannot scream, be the heavy breather, Frank. Oh, there's other things that I can do. But you have to be able to respond to like some kind of a concussive blast. Lauren texted me. She said, I hope I hear you do that. No, she does not. Oh, wait. That's from 11:12 a.m. That's not the screaming. That's from something else. I don't even know what she's talking about. Lauren, what were you talking about? What you hope you hear me do? I know she didn't say that. I hope I hear you screaming like you're on fire at 1 o'clock in the morning. Wake me and Aurora up. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was my holy basil. Oh, I already responded to that. More keto brains. Let's see here. Here's a super chat from Rumble before we get off. Haywood says, Frank, your reply last night upset me. It's not semantics. Just look at all the idiots believing we are democracy only because the media pushes that lie over and over again until it becomes a truth. Okay. There's a difference between constant messaging about the United States, our democracy is precious, our democracy, to be able to, even on the surface, get people away from understanding the difference between direct, oppressive, nightmarish democracy, which is a cunt hair away from just absolute monarchy, and constitutional republic model, federalist model. There's a difference between getting people groomed into using democracy to stay away from constitutional republic and understanding what that means and all the civic responsibilities that come along with that do not exist in a democracy, and colloquially using the term QAnon to reference that space of time between late 2017 and 2021, where all this information was being published, and understanding that no, it was Q, and like that really does not have anything. That is not as detrimental a difference as, gaslighting people about the difference between democracy and what America's actual constitutional charter provides and outlines. It really isn't. It really isn't. It is semantics. It is. I mean, I will make a concerted effort to make sure that I only say Q from now on, but it's not going to change my diving into the subject and the analyzing of it all and those years and what was going on and how it may or may not reflect what's happening right now. And if there's more proofs and deltas and all that other stuff, it's not going to change anything. It really is just a colloquial term. And the media tries to co-opt whatever they can because they need something to write about. We were just talking about last night how the New York Post, they needed something they needed some kind of like a rabbit hole to go down, that they actually had to go and compare whether or not Jeffrey Epstein and Hitler were connected by micropenis. That's just what the media does. So I'd say ignore them, because they're just trying to pre-digest much more broader concepts for audiences that are never going to ever understand or care about who Q and who the Anons are. Okay? People who are learning about QAnon from Rolling Stone and Savannah Guthrie are in nursing homes. And they don't give a fuck. The future is not theirs. So that's all I'll say on that. And thank you guys so much for this wonderful time with you. And let me just say real quick, for February, You go to quitefrankly.tv, or you can go into the links below. Quitefrankly.tv, right up top, there's the shop. There's the Quite Frankly coffee, which I'm telling you, you're gonna spoil yourself. I'm always nervous taking somebody else's coffee when they offer it, because it just doesn't. I love the blend that we have. It's a wonderful coffee. And then the Keto Brainz. This is what Molly has gotten us. So here's the prize. The discount code to enter when you go to ketobrainz.com is February. And here's what you enter to win at the end of February. One extra bag, a gifting bundle of Keto Brainz. So you get an extra bag of Keto Brainz. You get the glass jar and the long stem spoon. You get one brass knuckle mug. This is what's could be one. A deluxe hand blender. One bag of creatine. One bag of Keto Brainz. One Keto Brainz t-shirt. That's about $225 worth of prizes right there. But on top of it, Molly's going to throw in her red light face mask. That's $200. Copper peptide facial serum, another $70. A bag of pharmacological ancestral New Zealand bone broth, and from their friends, a brand new company, many years in the making. That's about $60 of value right there. A bottle of the BPC 157 peptides. That's about $160 of value. So it's a prize package in February of about $710. Okay. And all you got to do is go to Keto Brainz and buy anything. And use promo code February, which is already going to get you 15% off. And then you're going to be in the running for, again, nearly $1,000 worth of incredible stuff. So if you want to try it, get in touch with me. I'll get you some samples. But other than that, have at it, man, because there's no better way to start your day. All right. Have a good one, my friends. Thank you so much for the stream and the company, and more coming your way in the new week. For those of you who are monthly sponsors, I'm going to be posting that private stream link for tonight's watch party of Ready Player One. And then, we'll have the Sunday morning coffee stream and all that stuff for members. And enjoy the weekend. Take care.